The history of the school is so important. It's like a jigsaw. Everybody in the past has made a contribution to what it is now. And those stories of old boys and their memories are very interesting on one level, but also build that tradition, which is able to be a platform, if you like, on what the current boys are able to build on.
I mean, I left 70 years ago, but my memories of it are warm and good, without necessarily recalling too much day-to-day detail.
I think it was a balanced school even in those days, given the problems as there were, being wartime, of course.
There are a lot of old boys out there who are really good models for our boys. They see them in the public arena, in the sports area, in the arts area, in the business area, in the volunteer area as well.
You know, all kids are different, but they've all got strengths somewhere, and Wellesley was a really good place at trying to find where those skills were and encouraging you to step outside your comfort zone and try everything else until you knew what you liked and what you were good at.
I remember vividly the public speaking competitions I took part in from about 6 years old, which no doubt has been a massive benefit to me in my career.
I really enjoyed arithmetic, and I really enjoyed English and learning about the language. At a very young age I became an avid reader, and I've never lost that.
Marianne Morgan and Eve Owen, yeah, they're very encouraging with arts and music and everything.
We celebrate anyone from people who are dancing to singing to being good on the sports field or academically good. Like, it's quite cool to be good at, or it's considered quite cool to be good at other things, you know.
The consistency of staff, we've been able to retain our professional development, our intellectual property, if you like, which has been very powerful in us driving forward our teaching and learning approach. We put a lot of energy into that.
Mr. Mexted,
Roger Mexted,
in the early days, right through sort of like from the music to the drama, like, you know, he was sort of a lot of passion and sort of, you know.
See him when he's playing the piano in assembly, he's bouncing around.
But probably most importantly for me were the teachers. You know, they were a fantastic bunch of people there. I remember very well, Mrs. Owen was my art teacher. I'm pretty sure I had a crush on her.
Warren, I think, yeah, the father figure of Wellesley. Yeah, I think probably one of the most respected people I've met so far.
Mr. Hampton, on the other side, he was like, you know, good sports guy, really science master, and, you know, pretty good bloke.
But I think, as I said, they genuinely love the boys, they genuinely care about them, even though they operate in different ways. They've got the boys in their hearts, really.
Wellesley is an environment where boys can be boys and they can be the best they can be. They learn to know who they are as individuals, and that's an incredibly important and powerful thing.
The Wellesley boys look out for each other and stick together, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's pretty good and makes high school and hopefully later life a lot easier. So.
Right, if I was in Wellington now, my kids would definitely be going there if I had any boys.
Well, I've got 2 grandsons at Wellesley, and very enthusiastic about the environment there. It's fantastic.
You see a kid, or you see a couple of kids in their family roll in and they're busting the Wellesley uniform.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh yeah, man, that's
great. You're serving them, you're chatting away, you're having some fun.
They don't know that you went there, and you sort of slowly kind of leech it out, and you
start asking about the school or the teachers, and then you drop it to mum or dad, and the little kid's like, wow, you were a Wellesley boy.
My friend who was in my rugby team at the time, he was raving on about this great school he was about to go to the next year. And well, he kind of got me hooked on it. He was telling me about the wharf jumping and where it was and everything. It just sounded like it was for me. I kept on nagging them for the next 6 months, and they eventually gave in and made some inquiries to it. And I found out that there was a scholarship open, and they applied for it. And I took an interview with Mr. Owen and was fortunate enough to receive the scholarship. The opportunity of a lifetime, really.
The music and the song of the
guys my age in particular see a lot of Mark Ellis on TV and things like that, and he's a pretty popular figure. So I'd love to see what his Wellesley experience was like and what his time at Wellesley was like.
I'd love to see what they said and everything, their stories.
People support the vision, they support the school, they have a great belief in the educational focus of the school and the support the boys get here.